How's it going, guys? It's urdiub here. It's time for episode 39 of Let's Play HUT. I know I said I was the last episode 38, which I had a couple weeks ago, would be the last episode. But what I decided to do was make a video of my All-Star team, and then later on I'll be able to include you guys in this somehow. So with our All-Star team, we made four solid lines, four forward lines, three defenseman lines, and then two goalies that I thought were the best that I used so far in the series. So anyways, to start off, I guess we'll start with our first forward line, and that was the NRL line, which was the Neil, Roy, and Lupul line. I used these guys for a pretty long time. I had Neil and Lupul together because they were both Pittsburgh. Actually, Lupul had a changed team to Pittsburgh, and I kept them together for chemistry reasons. And then Roy was just perfect, slotted in the center. So you can see with the stats for Neil, he had 57 goals, 66 assists, and 123 points. So he was just in general a solid player for our team. Definitely the second highest point getter, and I think second best in goals for our team. So he was just, overall a great player for our team. For center, for our first line with the NRL line, we had Derek Roy, and he was a solid player himself. He ended up finishing with 37 goals, 43 assists with 80 points, our fifth highest point getter, and with that line he was able to solidify himself on a place on Let's Play HUT's All-Star team. And rounding out the first line is going to be Joffrey Lupul. I kept him as a left winger since that was how he originally was, and Joffrey Lupul ended up being our fourth highest scorer for our team with 42 goals, 42 assists, and 84 points. So that line at the top right there was definitely a deadly line. Neil with the great shots, Roy with the pretty good hands, and all of them were decent at skating. Lupul was great in front of the net in terms of breakaways and that kind of stuff, so good hands, a good shot. But Neil was the real superstar, I guess, from that line. But Roy and Lupul definitely were integral parts on helping Let's Play HUT become the team it was. So anyways, let's look at our line 2 here, and we're going to have Steen, Krejci, and Selanne. I know Steen and Krejci played for a while on my first line, as well as Selanne. Selanne ended up dropping off, but then we picked up that start of the week, so he was still with our team. But definitely, we'll start off with Selanne here. 64 goals, 67 assists for 131 points. Led our team in both goals, assists, and points for. But that included both his start of the week and normal cards together. Solid player. His stats might not show it, but he was a decently fast player. A great shot. He was able to snipe a lot and pretty good hands. He was able to be the solidifier for our team. Just the all-around great player that he basically stayed on our team from start to finish. I think I picked him up in the first episode for $500, and he ended up staying as a start of the week for as our captain also, until we ended up picking up the Datsuk team, where Datsuk was our captain. And so with that, we'll move on to the center position, and David Krejci is our second line center. Once again, he around the hash marks, he was just deadly with his shot. I remember saying it in a couple episodes where he was just great in that kind of situation. 87 skating, 86 shot, and 89 hands. And he ended up being our seventh highest point getter with 35 goals, 38 assists, and 73 points. So a solid job there by David Krejci. And to round out, we'll get our third highest point getter. Surprising considering his stats: 86 skating, 85 shot, 85 hands. Nothing special. But he ended up being our third highest point getter with 87 points, 44 goals, and 43 assists. And that, my friends, is Alexander Steen, the former Maple Leaf, now plays in St. Louis. And he was just a great player for our team for a while. He started off in our first line. Maybe that's why he got a lot of points. And then he ended up dropping off to our fourth line, and then until he ended up getting off our team. But I feel like with his contributions to our team, he definitely deserves at least a place on our All-Star team. So that, my friends, was line 2, Steen, Krejci, and Selanne. We move on to line 3 here, and it's going to be Havlat, Kessler, and Semin. Semin was our sixth highest point getter with 77 points, 38 assists, and 39 goals. So he was great as a right-handed left wing, cutting in, 88 skating, 88 shot, and 89 hands. Just an all-around offensive beast. Have definitely scored quite a bit of nice goals with him in the past, and so we'll put him on our third line since he wasn't as iconic as a Steen or Neal or those kind of players. We'll have him on our third line, and centering that third line is Ryan Kesler. I didn't have Ryan Kesler on my team for a while. As you can see, 19 goals, 15 assists, and 34 points. I could have put up a lot of different centers like Duchesne on our team, or like Camilleri, for example, rather than him, but Kessler all around was a solid defenseman, probably one of my favorites to play with. His shot was just deadly for me. 89 skating, 87 shot, 86 hands, and that 87 checking, 88 D. This guy I just felt like was probably the most rounded, like all-around player that I've had so far in this series. Probably one of my players to play with, and so I just decided, you know what, we'll throw him on our third line all-star since we didn't have him for a lot. He wasn't as much as a huge member as, let's say, Krejci or Roy with that NRL line, but Kessler was definitely a solid member of Let's Play HUT, and I decided he needed a place on our all-star team. With right wing, we've got Havlat, who basically I picked up rather early for around 6K when I thought or 3K, I'm not sure, when I thought he was pretty cheap, and I ended up picking him up again eventually a couple times on my team due to injuries, but he never disappointed me. He ended up finishing 8th in points. Oh, don't want to do that. 8th in points with 35 goals, 30 assists, and 65 points. So once again, a solid member of our team. Just great skating, great hands, and he was pretty deadly on whenever he got space with the breakaway. So that will round out line number 3: Alexander Semin, Ryan Kesler, and Martin Havlat. And finally, line number 4, we've got Michael Grabner, Artem Anisimov, and Matthew Lombardi. So we'll start off with Matthew Lombardi. I know he's a center normally. I'm playing him in the left wing because he kind of did play that position for a while when I had Camilleri on my fourth line. And this guy was just a gritty player. I mean, he was great. Using him in the forecheck was a pleasure almost. I mean, 92 skating. He's able to turn real quick. He's able to get the puck off the defenseman real quick, and he scored a bunch of goals for my team with that kind of a method. He ended up finishing 15th place in our all-time points leaders, and he had 25 goals, 27 assists, and 52 points. So not too shabby for an 85 overall. That in real life pretty much sucks, but 92 skating definitely helps him out. And I'm not 100% sure on how much I picked him up for, but a solid player nonetheless, and he deserves a spot on our fourth line, at least for All-Stars. Then we have Artem Anisimov, one of my first players I picked up, and I mean the stats don't look too great, but this guy was just an all-around beast. 19 goals, 9 assists, and 28 points. He didn't play for our team for too long, but those 19 goals, you could see by the goal to assist ratio, he was just a pure goal scorer, and I actually enjoyed using him a lot. When I had to move on with better players, I kind of wanted to keep him for a little bit longer, but I decided overall is better than stats, and I might have been in the wrong case right there because Artem Anisimov was just an all-around beast, so that's why he deserves a center position on our fourth line. And lastly, Michael Grabner, 93 skating, 86 shot, 85 hand. Just once again, a little bit a cheaper man's Havlat, I guess you can say, but he was definitely a solid member of our team. 14th place all time with 30 goals, 23 assists, and 53 points. Just a pretty much a beast right there. Once again, a solid forward. So basically, we'll go through our first 4 lines of our All-Star team, and it's going to be Neal, Roy, Lupul. The NRL line, we have Steen, Krejci, Solani, which I think I played them together for a while, but this was a line that I kept together even when I had started getting like 80s, all 86s, 87s. I just kept these guys together since they were just that good to play together with. Steen, Krejci, Solani. Line 3, we have Havlat, Kesler, Semin, which on paper might be the better line. of all my lines because of Kessler right there, but I decided Roy and Krejci are a little bit more integral to our team in the long run, so I'll put Kessler in our third line, and then line 4 we have Anisimov, Grabner, and Lombardi. So let's take a look at our defensive lines, and for line 1 we've got Jack Johnson and Tyler Myers. Jack Johnson for me was just an all-around beast. 88 skating, 88 checking, 86 defense. And we'll take a look at his stats here. 5 goals, 42 assists for 47 points. Not really a goal scorer, but he was very solid in finding his teammates. When I made that transformation to like the all 86 defensemen, I guess he was the top point getter from that team. And you might think he's an offensive defenseman, but that 88 checking, he was once again a beast when incoming forwards were breaking in through the blue line. He was always there to knock them out, so a solid, deserving, I guess, all-star, Let's Play HUT all-star for our first line on defense is Jack Johnson. Then in right D, we've got Tyler Myers, and he once again was just a beast, the Sasquatch, that's what I called him whenever I played. 90 checking, 87 D, and 86 skating, so he definitely wasn't a slow player, but his 6'8" frame, I think he's 6'8". Yeah, 6'8", 227-pound frame was definitely enough to make sure he came close to someone, he was knocking them out. So he deserves a place in our line 1 all-star team along with Jack Johnson. And he, by the way, had 13 goals, 30 assists, and 43 points. So Tyler Myers there, not too shabby in the offensive zone either. Let's take a look at our second line, and it's going to be John Carlson and Christian Ehrhoff. I know Christian Ehrhoff might be a little bit of a surprise to you, but I actually enjoyed playing with him quite a bit. And his stats here, we'll pull it up. 9 goals, 23 assists, and 32 points for him. Christian Ehrhoff, definitely a beast with that 88 skating and an 85 shot, which is surprising compared to other players. 86 hands, and that's true. Like, it might not show that in the stats, but he definitely was a solid player for Let's Play HUT, and we'll partner him up in our second line with John Carlson, 86 skating, 86 checking, 86 D. And the one reason I put Carlson in there was because he might not have been that great in the defensive zone, but his, as you can see here with the stats, 8 goals and 54 assists with 62 points. He was, I think, 3rd all-time in assists for our team, and he stopped playing for our team for pretty early. I mean, I think I stopped using him around episode 20-something, so there's still quite a bit of games that we played, and he still finished 3rd in assists, so definitely an all-star worthy performance for Johnny Carlson here. And so he'll be on our second line with Christian Ehrhoff. Let's move on to line number 3 here. And it's going to be Bouwmeester and Boyle. I used them once again as my first line with that Datsuk team. And Bouwmeester with the 90 skating and 86 checking, 86 D, and Boyle with 89 skating, and Boyle was just great at the shots. So let's take a look at the stats here for Bouwmeester. Bouwmeester ended up finishing with 7 goals and 22 assists for 29 points. A solid performance there. I actually enjoyed using him quite a bit. I mean, his stats might not show it as good as my other defenseman, but he was definitely a solid player and an integral part of the team for Let's Play HUT. So I'll give him the all-star nod for the third line. And pairing up with him is Dan Boyle. Once again, a great shot, as you can see, by his 18 goals and 43 assists for 61 points. A solid performance by Dan Boyle for our team. So with that, they'll get the all-star nods. And here we'll move on to our goalies. And the starting goalie is going to be Ryan Miller. Right now he's fatigued, but he is in 91 overall. I know I complained a bunch about him during the thing, but in the end, I felt like he was probably the best goalie I've used. I mean, there were some games that he might have screwed up, let in easy goals, but some games he absolutely stood on his head more than any other goalie I've had. And with that, I decided to give him the starting goaltender nod for our all-star team. I don't really have stats for any goalies. I didn't really keep track of them, but I definitely think he does have a winning record for our team. Let's take a look at our backup goalie, which is Anders Lindback. I know my second episode for Let's Play HUT was called Anders Lind Beast, and he was a beast. I think his frame is like 6'6", yeah. So definitely height matters in this game. That's why a lot of people think Ben Bishop is probably the best goaltender in this game, but I believe Lindback might have just been better than Bishop with his 83 overall. Not too special, but as a hybrid goalie and being so tall, he was able to keep me in some of those early games. I didn't have him for too long, but I decided, you know what, since he helped me kind of break out into the YouTube scene, we'll give him the backup goalies nod for our All-Stars. So with that, that's our All-Star team. If I were to give captains and alternates, I guess my captain would be Solani. My alternate would be Neil, and then the last alternate, I guess I would give it to Steen since he was the top scorer. Those were the 3 top scorers, so I guess I'll put them up. But this is where you guys come in. That's my All-Star team, and with that, take a look at my coin total. I have 55,000 pucks left over. So to make this a little bit more interesting, what I decided to do was, if you guys have heard of, have watched FIFA, like pink slips kind of thing, they usually put up a team of the season player, that kind of stuff. But what I'll do is I'll play you guys. If you guys beat me, I give you 5k pucks, and if I beat you, you don't have to give me anything. It's just going to be a little fun way, so you guys, and I'll have like a live, I won't upload the whole game of that, but I'll definitely have more highlights, and I'll be live commenting it, so you'll hear my reactions to it as well. And if you guys want to talk to me over the Skype or something like that during the game, that will make it even more interesting. So with that, I guess if you want to enter, just comment in this video. Send me a request send me your friend request on Skype. Same thing as my PSN and YouTube channel. It's just urdiub. So with that, I guess pretty long. We're stretching this episode a little bit out there, but once again, 55k coins. So if I lose 11 straight, we'll hit 50 episodes, and I will have no pucks. And I think I might just keep on doing this till I end up losing enough until I lose all my pucks, maybe, or we hit 50 episodes. We'll see. But NHL 14 demo coming out Tuesday. Definitely excited for that, and I am looking forward. I'm gonna have some videos out for you guys on that Tuesday night, maybe one, but I will definitely have some NHL 14 demo stuff out in the next week. So I know a lot of you guys wanted Hut, and I guess this is my way of kind of repaying you guys. We put together an all-star team. Now it's up to you guys to challenge me. If you do win, you get 5k pucks. If you lose, do not worry about it. It's just for fun if you do lose. So with that in mind, I'll have you guys contact me on Skype or PSN, or even down here. Just comment below you want a game. I'll have games, 1 per day maybe, and we'll keep on uploading it to NHL 14. And we'll start up Hut in NHL 14 for all you guys asking. I will definitely have Hut back. I don't know if I'll be uploading as regularly as I have in the past, but I think if I go 4 games per episode, I'll be able to keep going like every 2 days, just having a episode out, and we'll do like a seasons kind of mode, since it is going to be like FIFA now, and we'll be kind of like RDFC. So with that, hope you guys enjoyed it. If you could please drop a like, I would greatly appreciate it. I know it might not seem like a lot, but all you have to do is press that like button, and I definitely will feel a lot better about making more videos. So with that, once again, our all-stars are Neil, Roy, Lupul, the NRL line, Solani, Krejci, Steen, Semin, Kessler, Havlat, and Grabner, Anisimov, and Lombardi. And our first line for defensemen, we've got Jack Johnson, Tyler Myers. Second line is Carlson and Ehrhoff, and our third line is Bouwmeester and Boyle. And for our starting goalie, we have Ryan Miller, and our backup is Lindback. So with that, once again, the challenges are open. I'm waiting for you guys. I want to play you guys. I'm going to give you pucks if you beat me. It shouldn't be too much of a challenge, but if you beat me, I will give you 5k bucks. Not that much compared to a normal pink slip for some other people, but I'm just trying to give back to you guys, and we could extend this Hut series to 50 episodes like I planned it. So anyways, once again, hope you guys enjoyed it. Please drop a like if you did, and I will see you guys later. Peace.